Good morning, everybody. Okay, I thought maybe we would do a little bit of a series, possibly a little bit of a series to talk about the IEP work, intentional energetic presence, and the IEP methodology this year in terms of how does it impact your workforce and how does it impact you creating the results and financial and business and people results that you want to create this year. So I'm going to start with you as leader. This to me is the most important place we can enter, is looking at the way that you are actually setting the tone, the way that your intentions, energy, and presence set the tone for your team, for your relationships, for your workforce, and ultimately for the level of creativity and effectiveness that your workforce is going to have. So you set the tone. So I'm talking to you as leader. I'm Anise Kavanaugh. For those of you that are new to me, I am the founder of the Positive Energy Workplace Initiative, as well as the creator of the IEP Method. I'm also the CEO of Active Choices, which we are a boutique firm that specializes in really helping organizations and their leaders create authentically positive energy workspaces where people can do their very, very best work. So you can learn all about us at our website. We'll make sure that we get that linked with this. But for right now, let's just talk about you 2024 and what you're going to do in terms of how you're going to show up as a leader to set the best possible tone. Okay, so IEP, intentions, energy, presence, your intentional energetic presence. This is a methodology that we've been working on and building out for the last 22 years, essentially. It's something that we use with design teams. We use it with leadership teams. We use it with entire workforces. We've used it in healthcare. We've used it with education, tech, services, hospitality, you name it. If there are human beings involved who want to have more positive, sustainable, effective impact without burning themselves out, they're the ones that are doing this work right now. So those are who we like to do this work with. So a couple of things to be thinking about. You set the tone as a leader on your team. So I want you to think about walking into a team meeting and potentially there's chaos going on. Potentially you've got a lot of stuff happening in the organization. Maybe your organization is one of the organizations that's going through more layoffs this year. Maybe 2023 was really, really exhausting. The way that you show up in your meeting with your organization, on your global town halls, in your boardroom, the way that you show up is going to set the tone for your people. And what this looks like is if you show up and you're late and you're scattered and you're not clear on your intentions for the meeting and you're not managing your energy, you're exhausted, maybe your vibrational presence, just the way that you're showing up in the room, call it your executive presence if you'd like. Maybe your executive presence is just your posture's not great, your facial expressions aren't great, whatever it might be. And let's just say you're not present. Okay, so you're multitasking, you got a bunch of stuff going on and you're putting off the energy of busy. That's contagious. So the way that you show up in that room with your people, it is going to have a ripple effect where your people will start to take on the same kind of energy and then they're going to start to show up in the same way. As opposed to you come into your meeting, you're very, very clear on your intentions. You've done your prep work. You're on time. You're not multitasking. You're there with the intention of service and contribution and whatever it might be. You're carrying an energy of leadership. You're carrying an energy of a completion energy, like let's get going. You're carrying an energy of gratitude, of curiosity, of authorship, whatever it might be. I want you to think about the difference between that first meeting you went into, not having done your IEP, and the second meeting. You're going to see your people respond accordingly. So as a leader, you're setting the tone. So no matter what's happening in your company right now, no matter what's happening in your life, the invitation is to do the work needed in order to get yourself to a place where you can bring authentic energy in and get really clear about your intentions for how you want to show up and really manage your presence so that you can help your team move forward in the most productive ways. Now, one of the most common misconceptions around this work is that people think that they're supposed to be robots and that they're just supposed to, if something's really hard, I'm just going to reboot and I'm just going to show up really great. And that's not what we're saying. We're actually saying there's work to do behind the scenes to ensure that you can reboot and show up really well and be strong and authentic in your presence. And that work is where the methodology comes in. So this isn't about bypassing. This isn't about faking it. This isn't about fake presence. This isn't about energy management. This is about you really setting yourself up as best possible so that you can set the tone in the most effective way with your organization this year. And that has to start with you. That has to start with you. In 2015, I wrote the book Contagious Culture. That book was devoted to showing people how every single one of us creates a culture, and how we show up, our intentions, energy, and presence, they're contagious. And ultimately, a bunch of us showing up together with positive, authentically positive, effective energy helps to create a positively contagious culture. So that was 2015. That book is still available. You can still get that book. But then in 2019, I went deeper and I wrote Contagious You, which is all about how do you as leader, because it has to start with us, because guess what? We have no control of anyone around us, even our direct reports. Like, we have no control. We have no control of anyone around us. I have control of myself. So the more I can pour into myself and ensure that I am doing my own IEP work, showing up as intentionally as possible, taking care of myself, and then using the leadership skills needed to move forward in the company, the more I focus there, the easier it's going to be for me to hold a strong energetic state, be positively contagious to my people, and influence how they're showing up. So Contagious You was written in 2019 to really take people deeper into the work, how to apply it. And then, of course, you can get that as well now. Okay, so if you're interested in talking about this and how this relates to your bottom line, I'd be happy to speak with you. We actually have a calculator to help you figure out what it's costing you to not be paying attention to this stuff. So a lot of times people think of the IEP work as kind of the soft stuff. It is the ultimate power skill. It is the ultimate power skill, because even underneath a soft skill like listening or communication or creating psychological safety, anything, even those soft skills, if your IEP is solid, those soft skills become even more amplified. Underneath hard skills like, giving feedback or business strategy or skills training, if your IEP is strong underneath those skills become amplified. If your IEP is not strong, you're actually in a lot of trouble, and you can do more harm than good with all those great skills. So if you're interested in talking about this, we have several ways to address it. I'd be happy to run you through what it's costing you. And I would also be happy to talk about how we might collaborate this year to support you as a leader in setting the best tone, as well as getting your leadership team set up to set the best tone and to really, really navigate all that needs to be navigated in business. And then even looking at how do you then ripple this to your workforce. So, okay, have a beautiful day. We'll talk to you soon, and take care. Bye-bye.